Before we start, YouTube analytics show that more than 85% of you guys aren't subscribed. So real quick before we start, don't forget to hit that red sub button down below as it helps out the channel a lot. And with all that out of the way with, let's just jump right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back to another top 5 video. In this one today, we'll be doing the top 5 easiest maps in COD Zombies. Now, for this list, we will only be doing the Treyarch games up until Vanguard, so every map from World at War, Nocturne, Toten to Forsaken and Cold War Zombies. Now, with this list, our criteria is going to be the high rounds, specifically rounds 50 to 100, and the Easter eggs. Game mechanics will play some sort of important role as well, but it won't be a huge determining factor because then every single map from Cold War Zombies would be on this list. And with all that out of the way with, let's just jump right into it. Now, coming into our number 5 spot, we have Kino Totem from Black Ops 1. And now, this map has many options to help you get through the higher rounds, both fast, safely, and effectively. You have the fire trap to kill all the zombies. You can use the thunder gun to keep yourself safe at all times. Now, one thing that sucks specifically with the Black Ops 1 version is that the thunder gun doesn't give you max ammos in Black Ops 1. But on Kino, you have dog rounds, which can help a lot, especially with the lack of ammo situation. What I think makes this map so easy for high rounds is the amount of strategies that you can do. If you want to have a slow pace but safe game to round 100, you can train on the stage and use the electric trap and thunder gun to kill these zombies and keep you safe. Or if you're more of an advanced player, you can go outside near double tap and farm a ton of fast kills that are a little bit more risk but better in reward, as it's much faster and you don't have to deal with Nova crawlers. Compared to other maps on Black Ops 1, Kino is by far the easiest as it's super accessible and very easy to set up on. You don't have to buy any DLC to play this map, which really helped the growth of zombies during Black Ops 1, and the setup isn't too difficult either. You activate 2 portals to unlock Pack-a-Punch, which is much easier than any other zombies map, and turning on power is just a switch, which is also great. The only reason I'm not going to put this map up higher on the list is because the map lacks an Easter egg, unless you want to count the music Easter egg by interacting with the rocks around the map. Even if there was a full main Easter egg, it still wouldn't place high because there's just other maps that are easier for higher rounds. So for that, we're going to keep Kino at our number 5 spot. Moving into our number 4 spot, we have Eisendrache from Black Ops 3. Now, this map is much easier than Kino to get to higher rounds, but there is the challenge of the added panzer to the map that can make it a little bit more difficult in some ways. You do also have dog rounds, so you can skip through pretty quickly compared to other zombie maps. If you're playing solo, you have so many different options available for killing zombies. You can use the lightning bow and sit in the wonder spear till round 100, just cycling alchemical antithesis. You also have access to so many traps that are incredibly powerful, like the death ray. This map also does have an Easter egg. In terms of difficulty, it is on the easier side, although it can still give a challenge to newer players trying an Easter egg out for the first time. The hardest part is probably the boss fight. Every other step is pretty easy, as it just requires going around the map shooting Wisp or doing Simon Says on the computers. Like I said before, the hardest part about this map is the panzers. In Origins, they aren't much of a problem because they don't actually scale up in health, so you can take them down pretty easily, but on Eisendrache, they actively increase in health the higher you get into the rounds, so you have to resort to other methods of killing them, which can be a hassle. But on a map with 4 bows, a death ray, Ragnarok DG4s, and a KRM, it won't be too much for the average player. Overall, Eisendrache is another really easy map when it comes to high rounds, as you have so many weapons and traps at your disposal. The only reason I'm not placing this map higher up on the list is because the panzers, which can prove to be a little bit challenging, and the Easter egg boss fight against the Keeper, which if you aren't fully set up can also be pretty difficult. Coming into our number 3 spot, we have Revelations. Now, what makes this map so incredibly easy is mainly the high rounds. This map almost feels like a custom zombies map because of the amount of things that you have at your disposal. You have the turrets, the Apothecary Servant, Thunder Gun, Little Arnie's, Ragnaroks, and the Dragon Shield. This map is the best map to go to round 100 on because of all of these things. If you've never done a high round in zombies, Revelations is the best and easiest map to play on. All you have to do is camp in a corner and shoot the Apothecary Apothecon Servant, which can be upgraded on this map, which helps out a lot. Then whenever a Panzer or Margwa spawns in, you can switch to the Thunder Gun and take them down pretty easily as well. There is also an Easter egg on this map, which is a bit on the easier side, but it can prove to be difficult compared to other maps. You do have a somewhat challenging boss fight with an arena that changes in the first half, and a Shadows of Evil-like experience in the last half. Not only can the boss fight be somewhat hard, but so can some of the steps. The step where you have to throw little Arnies into the Apothecon can be somewhat hard because without Gobblegums, you have to rely on a lot of RNG, both when getting the little Arnies out of the box, but also getting 3 max ammos from the 9 Margwas that you have to kill. Overall, when it comes to Revelations, it's one of, if not the easiest when it comes to high rounds, and although the Easter egg does take some practice and time, it is also fairly easy. So for that, we're going to be putting Revelations at our number 3 spot. Now moving into our number 2 spot, we have Ascension. Now this map is very easy both with high rounds and with the Easter egg. Up until now, every map has been exceptionally well for getting to round 100 on, and Ascension is no different. You have the Thunder Gun, which may not seem like a lot at first, but you also have so much space on this map that you can hoard almost anywhere that there is a lunar lander. You also have the Gersh device as well, which is arguably the best equipment, and if you just want to stay in the spawn room for long periods of time, you can use the giant fidget spinner in the middle of the room that doesn't cost any points and can kill a whole horde. The Easter egg on this map is also really easy. It was one of the first to ever be implemented into zombies, so it doesn't have the most amount of thought put into it compared to other maps nowadays, but it still is very fun. The only hard step of the Easter egg is the very last one when all the players have to shoot Gersh with various items to free him. This Easter egg doesn't take much time to beat either. You can definitely beat this Easter egg before you beat DE or Revelations. The only problem that I have with this map is the monkeys. Not only do they make the map worse, but they also make it much harder. Using a Perkaholic will literally disappear within 1 monkey round on this map. They're also immune to Thunder Gun shots and harder to shoot with normal bullet weapons. When it comes to this map, the Easter egg and high rounds are almost too easy compared to any other, but with the monkeys, I just can't put it any higher on the list. So for that, we're going to be putting this map at our number 2 spot. And coming into our number 1 spot, we have D Machine from Black Ops Cold War. Now, to be fair, the reason that this map is incredibly easy is mainly due to the Cold War systems, so much in fact that any map from Cold War could have made it on the number 1 spot, but like I said at the beginning of this video, I wanted to restrain a lot from ranking maps solely based on the game that they were put in and more on what the map has to offer. And with that in mind, D Machine is still an incredibly easy map. The Easter egg is one of the easiest, as the boss fight is a literal joke because you don't have to do anything during the duration that Orloff is shutting down the machine. The high rounds are also fairly easy because you have so much open space in the spawn room as well as the broken plane next to the wing. And of course, with Cold War systems, you also have score streaks, perk upgrades, ammo crates, craftable equipment, and armor, etc. But for this map in particular, you also have the dies, which now having the ability to be pack-a-punched are very viable, as well as the ray gun that's always been viable in this map. The only hard part about this map is the megatons, but with the right equipment, they can be taken down fairly easy. Overall, this map has a really easy starting room that is friendly to all of the newer players because of the open space. The Easter egg is also really easy, as the hardest step is getting all the die upgrades, and then from there, every other step is a walk in the park. So for that, we're going to be putting D Machine at our number 1 spot. Anyways, guys, it's going to wrap up this video for today. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, do all of that. Leave your comments down below if you want to see me do any other type of content. Check down the description as well for more zombie related videos. And yeah, I got nothing much else to say, so peace.